first time I observed that my words or actions facilitated change, it takes me back to the early 90s and when I was working with a low-income housing counseling services nonprofit. We worked for about a year with a group of tenants on W Street Northwest, and we fought and fought and fought and eventually bought the building from the landlord. We basically transformed a group of low-income tenants into homeowners, and if you fast forward 20 years to today, we created a tremendous amount of wealth in that community. Even if you go by that building today, you'll see the same group of people who bought the building in the early 1990s are still living there now, but they're tremendously much more wealthy than they would have been had they stayed tenants. So often people achieve certain levels in their career, whether it's political life, business life, or civic affairs, and too often people are cut off from access and opportunities. So I think for those of us who've actually achieved a certain thing, it's important for us to reach back and give that same access and opportunity, share the wealth, so to speak. Without that, no one can ever succeed. I mean, I think without the opportunity, without a chance to get a shot, to get in the game, we'll never move forward. Now, I have a number of different rituals. I think the first thing is I have the morning breakfast shift in my house. So making breakfast for my kids, it's kind of daddy time. I look forward to it every day. If I have to travel, whatever else, it's the key thing that I miss. Aside from that, I think I'd like to take 10 to 15 minutes every morning when I get in the office to really just kind of close my eyes and just focus and kind of visualize how I want the day to go. Whether it's a big meeting, or a large conference call, or some kind of project, I want to visualize myself either in the meeting, performing, or delivering a message to someone. If you don't visualize that, and if you don't see yourself doing it, to be honest with you, it helps you prepare so well. And by the time it comes, you've already done it before. You're calm, you're present, and it's amazing how it impacts your performance. And I think the last thing probably is I like to try to get out and run and be active. Maybe 15, 20 miles a week running, or maybe tennis or something 2 or 3 times a week. Without that, it just kind of maintains my sanity and helps me manage the stress. Yeah, the impact I hope to create is the same impact that you see in the NFL. I think even 20 years ago it was a big deal to see a black quarterback in the league. I remember when you saw, Doug Williams or even James Harris, my phones in the house would light up. Oh my God, there he is. Fast forward to today, it's no big deal. No one even talks about it. So in my area of responsibility, I want people to come into the legal department and see a multitude of different faces and it not be a big deal. And I think we've come a long way, but oftentimes you go into rooms and whatnot and you look around the rooms and you see a face that looks different than others, and I want that not to be a big deal. So that's the force of change that I will hope to inspire.